44, winner of today's race, 77th all-time ARCA win. Frank, to talk about it.
Well, it's first of all, it's great to get back in victory lane, and then to get back here. It's my second super speedway win ever, and my first one was here too, and it actually was shortened because it got dark, so it was kind of interesting. I've won 2 shortened races here, but you know, the car just ran great. I mean, we were able to draft up to the front and get some help. John West Townley, you know, of course, fastest car on the racetrack, was behind me there early and kept pushing and got in the front. And once we got there, it seemed like our car ran really well, and we was able to hold them off.
You had, a few laps ago, if it would have went back to green, what do you think? What was going to be your strategy?
Stay in front. Yeah, the last, I don't know, probably 20 laps. We all hear the cliche that we're watching the mirror more than we are the windshield, and I really was, and just trying to stay in front of them. I felt like if I could keep them from getting a run, and every caution they kept making deals and talking behind us, and they were going to gang up on us a little bit, and which I don't blame them. I'd done the same thing, but it just worked out that Mother Nature stepped in when it did, and we didn't have to go back green.
Talk about the pit strategy. There was, Josh Williams stayed out, and you came out behind him on, I think, lap 29, or you took the lead a little bit, but he never pitted the whole day and finished 6th.
Yeah, that's great for Josh. That's a homespun race team, and they do it all out of their back pockets. So I knew what he was doing. I knew he was just going to play the track position, stay on the bottom, and he's a good racer. And we said all along, if we go to past 20 laps and there's a caution, we're going to stop, and then we're going to save fuel. And I was shutting it off. I think we had plenty enough to make it to the end with all the cautions, and that was our goal to just stop at around 25 and get back out and get near the front again and hang on until the end.
Questions for Frank?
Yes, sir.
Frank, you said when you got out of the car. Something about people have been saying you're too old. For those of us who think that 51 is still pretty damn young, how much of a motivating factor is that for you?
Well, we went, I don't know what it was, a couple of years 3 years almost without a win. So after you hear it enough and you start thinking about it yourself, and it starts to worry you. And since we joined, forces and got on with Duke Thorson and Rhonda Thorson and Thorsport, it's really made a big difference. And like I said, they interviewed me on the inside of the car, that the older you get, the better the race car you got to have, and we've got the best race car in the garage area. I really feel that way, and it's showing up. It makes up for the old guy, I guess. But it's a pretty big deal when you hear it a lot, and people doubt what you can do, and then you start doubting, and then you come back and win, and it's a pretty emotional thing for me.
What about the number? I mean, you're inching closer to the all-time leader in the ARCA Racing Series history, Iggy Katona.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, I've never really watched stats or anything, but that's, Iggy Katona, of course, was a hero of mine. He raced against my dad, and, I never, I don't even consider putting my name alongside of his, much less mention it with it. So he was definitely a great racer, a great ARCA racer, and, we're a couple away from tying him, 3, I think, we're away from beating him now. So that's a big deal for us. That's a goal definitely we'd like to get to. Questions for Frank? Yes.
Yeah, Stan Creekmore with RPN tonight, and I've seen you many, many times here, Frank. In all of your wins throughout your entire career, where does this victory at Talladega and your previous victory at Talladega rank?
Well, it definitely ranks right at the very top. I mean, this is the biggest, fastest, baddest racetrack there is in the world, and to come here and this racetrack's all about equipment and crew. So I think you almost win this race as much with your crew as you do anywhere you go, because the car they put under you is the most important thing here, without a doubt. And if you can run up near the front and stay and be competitive, and eventually you think you can win. And we've been, I don't know, I think I heard they said that the last 10 races we've finished in the top 10 or something here. So you think eventually you could get back to victory lane, but it's a tough win, and it's really a big deal for me and my family and everybody that's been involved in helping Frank Kimmel get where he's at.
Thank you.
Yes.
If you had a choice between the 10th championship and the most wins, you had to pick one over the other one, which one would you want?
Well, the most wins, I think, without a doubt. I've always been a points racer and a championship racer, that kind of thing. That's the thing I think I'm good at. But I feel very fortunate to have won 9 championships, and greed steps in and you'd like to win the 10th. But, you know, 3 more wins and put yourself at the top of that category would be pretty big for me.
In previous years, 3 wins would be pretty much a given for you. So if that given is still in place and you could get both, you know, that 10th win and become the biggest winner in ARCA history.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be really cool. That would be a great accomplishment. And you know, my son is 22. He's going to graduate from UNC Charlotte in December, and he's locally at home around Salem, Indiana stuff. He's won 5 or 6 championships down there and has done really well. So I said all along when Bill and I started Kimmel Racing, it was for our sons, and you know, he's moved forward with Will, and Will's a good racer and does a great job, and hopefully I'm building something here that he can take over, and but he's got to graduate first because Mom's going to kill him if he doesn't. So